Namaste and good morning everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I've got a morning yoga flow for back pain. So maybe you've pulled a muscle, maybe you've just woken up a little stiff this morning and it feels like the right type of day to just stretch out the spine and feel good in the body. It's not a good class if you've actually got back pain, maybe if you've broken something, maybe if you've got a slipped disc. Avoid the class if that's the case. But if it's general pain or a little muscle pull or something like that, then this class should help ease that off and make you feel a little better. So it's quite a gentle class, it's for everyone, anyone can join in. I would recommend having a yoga block or a nice firm cushion or something for a couple of the postures. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Let's begin. We're going to start off in a wide-legged child's pose, so big toes together, knees as wide as the mat or a little wider, and just come on down, extend the forearms, extend the arms out long. If this is uncomfortable, just rest your forehead onto your block. Hug your belly button back and keep your breath nice and deep, in and out of your nostrils. Allow your bum to fall down towards your heels. If that's not possible, then just place a cushion between your heels and your bum to help you with some comfort here. Okay, walk your hands up towards the center and lift your left arm to the sky, look up. Now take that left arm under your right arm, coming down to the shoulder. And take your right arm up and maybe place it on your lower spine or find a grip of the inside edge of your left leg. So we're in a child pose twist now, just however you can. Keep your breath deep. Release that right hand, come up onto the left hand, inhale, lift the right hand to the sky, look up. And then thread that right hand under the left. Taking your left hand either to your lower spine, or maybe you can get a grip of the inside edge of your right leg. Breathing deep into the twist. Release that left hand. Plant the hand down. Just turn your hand so the fingertips face towards your body and the thumbs on the outside edges. Just find some little rocks from side to side, stretching out through the palms. And then come into your tabletop, knees under hips, hands under shoulders. We're going to take some cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly and look up. Exhale, tuck the chin and the tailbone and arch your spine. Hug your belly back. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take 3 more in your own time. Inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch, tuck the chin and the tailbone. 1 more. Now find some circles with the hips, circle your shoulders as well. Just loosening up the spine and the hips. You can take big circles or little circles. And then rotate in the opposite direction when you're ready. Hopefully this is feeling quite good already. And now waggle your bum from side to side. So look at the left butt cheek or the left hip, and then waggle to the other side and look at that hip. And just keep doing that. Okay, extend the hands. Take them out long. Keep your knees in line with your hips and rest your forehead on the ground. Or you can always rest your forehead onto your block if that's a little more handy for you. Keep your elbows lifted off the ground. So this is our puppy pose. Hug your belly button back. Pull the shoulder blades apart and breathe deep. Lift your head up and roll your spine forwards, bringing your belly button down to the ground, your hips down to the ground, sorry. Press your hips into the floor. Keep your spine lifted and your elbows bent. Now come down onto the forearms into our Sphinx pose. So look straight ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades back towards each other, pressing your chest through the forearms. Squeeze your glutes and press your feet into the ground. Stay here if you're a beginner. If you're a bit more intermediate, you can come up into a cobra and lift yourself a little higher into a deeper back bend. Don't push it if this isn't in your practice. And then everybody come on down, plant your hands underneath next to your rib cage, tuck your toes and send your hips up and back to your first downward facing dog. So make sure your feet are around hip distance. Your big toes are turning slightly inwards. Your hands are shoulder distance. And try to pull your shoulder blades apart, so you're trying to get your armpits to look at each other. Rest your head, suck your belly button back. Breathe deep. Okay, lift your right leg just a little bit, look forwards. Bring that knee towards your chest, come on forward and step between the hands. So you're in like a runner's lunge now. Very slowly bring the back knee down to the ground. And stretching out in our low lunge. If you are very stiff in your body, then you can always bring this back knee closer to the front heel, and that will make the pose a little more accessible to you. You can also place your block next to your leg and maybe rest your right forearm on your knee and just use the block to keep you propped up. If you're a little more intermediate, you can always remove all props, perhaps raise your hands and look up. Keep your hips facing forwards. Now, if you have your block over on the left side, take it to the right side, and you can always rest your hand onto that and lift your left arm up and over your ear. So you're taking a side body stretch, and you'll feel a deeper stretch into the psoas here on this left side. If you're more intermediate, you may not need your block. Just plant your hand on the ground and take that side body stretch. Maybe it feels more comfortable to rest your head in your hand and look up to the sky. One more breath. Release. Start to straighten the front leg. Take the toes so that they face up towards the sky, so you're engaging your foot. This is half split pose, half split pose, Hanumanasana. So we want to straighten this front leg. Keep the hip in line with the back knee. And just fold over that leg. Don't worry if you can't fold very far at all. Maybe you're very stiff this morning. You can always use your block once again in front of you to prop yourself up a little. Just as long as you feel a nice hamstring stretch. Don't force the body. Let it open up gently for you. Breathe deeply. Now start to walk your hands back. Sit back so that your left foot is on the outside edge of your left hip and your right leg is extended. You may find that just sitting up tall, you can already feel the hamstring stretch, and that's okay. You can stay there, or you can start to fold once again. You can perhaps rest your head onto your block if you would like to. Maybe put it on a higher level. Just play around with what works for your body. Keep that foot engaged still and the knee and the foot in line facing the sky. Start to fold over that front leg, that right leg. Given to gravity. You may be feeling stiff, so just hold back instead of going too deep. Now point the toes just to get a little stretch along the top of the leg as well. Keep the breath deep. And then come on up, everybody. Lift your hips and take your knee, rotate it so your left toes are facing away now. Your right leg, extend it. We're going to take our left arm down to the ground next to the left foot and taking a back bend. So just hold on to your head, push your hips forward and your chest to the sky. Taking a little back bend here. And come on up. Take your right arm down your right leg and your left arm up and over your ear for a side body stretch on the left. Okay, swivel that knee back in line where you were before in your half split pose and bend through the right leg back into your low lunge. Let's hold our low lunge for another 6 breaths. Wherever you want to be, you can be lifted, you can stay down low, it's up to you. Beginners, stay here for 2 more breaths. If you're more intermediate, maybe just pull that left foot towards your glute with your right hand and get a little more of a quad stretch, getting deeper into the quad and the psoas. Okay, plant your hands, step back into a plank. Hold your plank for 2 breaths. Draw the knees to the ground, chaturanga. Keep your elbows close to your body, push your chest to the ground. Come all the way down and inhale, lift for a baby cobra. Exhale down, taking 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. 1 more. Now send your hips up and back, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Lift your left leg this time, look forwards. Bend it towards your chest, come forwards and step between the palms. You're now in your runner's lunge once again. Maybe find a little bounce and then very slowly we're going to drop that right knee down to the ground. So just remember, the closer the back knee is to the front heel, the easier the stretch will be for you. You can always use your prop next to your foot and keep yourself lifted. You can keep your hands placed on the ground, or you can use the strength of your legs and lift your hands to the sky. Hug your belly button back and look up. This is a little more intermediate, so just be where you are. No need to push the body. Taking some deep breaths. If you're using a prop, just take it over to the other side, so on the left side, and inhale, lift your right arm up and over your ear. You can rest your hand into your palm, rotate your chest slightly to the sky, getting deeper into the right psoas muscle. If you don't need a prop, just bring your fingertips to the ground. Sink heavy, keep the hips in line with each other. Okay, release and start to straighten that front leg. Half split pose, half Hanumanasana, toes face to the sky. Keep your your right knee in line with your right hip. And start to fold over this front leg. Just make sure it's comfortable and you're just feeling a nice gentle hamstring stretch and nothing that's painful. You can bend the knee if needed. Okay, now open up through that right foot and start to sit down onto your bum. So you want your right heel on the outside edge of your right thigh. You might just want to stay seated. That may be enough of a stretch through the hamstring. You can keep this leg bent if you like, or you can start to fold forwards, rest your head on your block, or just rest your head down towards your shin. You may find one side is more stiff than the other, depending whether you're right or left-handed. I always find my left is a bit stiffer than my right. So you can hold back a little on your stiffer side. Just make sure there's absolutely no room for damage. Be gentle with yourself and with your body. Now point the toes of your left foot here, so you get a little stretch along the top of the leg as well, just counteract it. Hold your pose a little longer, take deep breaths. Okay, come on up. Lift your hips, rotate your right leg so the toes are now behind you, and extend your left leg out to the side. You can use your block next to your right foot and take that back bend. It's almost like a wild thing, but a little more gentle. So send your hip bones forward, lift your face towards the sky, maybe rest your head in your hands. Lift your chest up towards the sky. If you don't need your block, just place it aside and take your hands down to the ground. Your hand, sorry. And come on up out of your back bend. Now take your left hand down your left leg and inhale, raise your right arm up and over your head. Twist your chest to the sky, maybe place your head in your hand. Breathe deep into the side stretch. And come on out of it. All right, take this left leg back in front of you, your right toes back behind you. Come into your low lunge once again, so bend through the front leg. And we're going to hang out here for 6 more breaths. Be where you want to be in this pose. You can have your hands lifted, you can have your right hand on a block, or just place both your hands either side of your left foot. Breathe deep. Okay, beginners, stay where you are. If you're intermediate, lift the back toes off the ground and pull them closer to your glutes, getting deeper into the quad and the psoas. 2 more breaths, everybody. And release the back foot. Come up off the back knee, step back into plank, taking 2 breaths here. Drop your knees slowly down, chaturanga. Elbows stay close to the body, come all the way down to your belly. Inhale for baby cobra or full cobra if it's in your practice. Roll down, taking 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. 1 more, inhale, lift. Exhale down. Push yourself up into a seat. Bring your feet in front of you and we're going to take butterfly pose. So take the soles of the feet together, knees fall open, nice and wide. Sit up tall through the spine. Maybe your knees are more lifted, that's okay. Just make sure you're still feeling that nice stretch. You may even get a stretch into the sacrum at the back of your spine, the bottom of your spine. And just start to find some rolling motions from side to side, if that feels good. If you can't roll, just sit up nice and tall, feeling the stretch. That's okay too. And if it feels good and you're more intermediate, you can come on forwards, maybe rest your head on your block. If you'd like to take your forehead all the way to the ground, you can do that too. And come on up. Pull your knees together, give them a little squeeze towards each other. Okay, now make your way down to your spine. We're going to take a twist on either side. So open your arms out into a T, a capital T. Cross your right leg on top of the left, either once or twice in eagle legs. Shimmy your hips over towards the right and allow your knees to fall to the left. Try to draw your right your right shoulder blade down towards the ground. And let's breathe some lovely deep breaths here. Okay, bring your knees back to center. Swap the legs, so cross the left on top of your right once or twice. Shimmy your hips to the left, drop your knees to the right. Take your gaze to the left and try to draw your left shoulder blade down to the ground. Okay, bring the knees back to center, unwrap the legs and hug your knees towards your chest. Try to keep your tailbone down. Now let's take it into a happy baby. So grab the outside edges of your shins or the outside edges of your feet with your arms on the inside edges of your legs. Concentrate on sending your tailbone down to the ground, but pulling your knees down to the floor. It might feel good to rock here, so you might want to rock from side to side, massaging out the spine. This is our last pose of the day, so really enjoy it. Keep the breath deep. Feel through your spine and where you might have some aches and pains or stiffness. Sorry if you can hear my squeaky floorboards. I'm not sure if the mic is picking it up, but just so you know, it is the floorboards. Become still when you're ready. Maybe pull your legs a little further down if that's possible. And release. Let's come up into a comfortable seat. We're just going to end with a nice mindful meditation together. You can actually go into Shavasana if you would like to, the final resting pose, Shavasana. Or you can sit up like me in a seated meditation ready for the day ahead. If it's evening and you're practicing, it might be nice to lie on your back. So sit up, lift your chest, hug your belly button back nice and gently. Take the tops of the hands down to your knees and your palms face the sky. Drop your shoulder blades back and down. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to be totally natural here. And if any thoughts come to your mind, allow them to pass. Now drop your head to the left and hang it there. And start to rotate the chin all the way to the right and let the head drop to the right. And continue this, just stopping when you drop from one side to the other, just for a breath. So taking your neck rolls nice and slow. One more neck roll. And then lift your head to center, give your wrists a roll out, keep your eyes closed here. Inhale, raise them to the sky, allow your face to follow. And then draw your hands in prayer to your heart center, bow your head. Namaste everybody, you can open your eyes. Thank you for joining me. I really hope that you've enjoyed this delicious morning or even evening. It can be done in the evening stretch. This is a beautiful way to start or end the day, and I really hope if you did have any back pain that it's made you feel a little bit looser. I know it has for me, actually. It's worked really well, so I hope it has for you too. Let me know if you have any class requests. I do have a heart button where you can leave me donations if you would like to, and I'm very grateful if anyone does. I also would absolutely appreciate a comment just to hear what you thought of the class, and also would love it if you guys could share, so please do if that's possible. Until next time, namaste.